Hey, it's Lori Richardson. Today, we know it is all about appraisals. And in this hot real estate market, it's because many people are actually paying above the listing price and they're waiving their appraisal contingency. So really being able to maximize the value on that appraisal is key to limiting funds to close. So here's what you need to know. The appraisal will likely have a big impact on financing depending on where the appraisal comes in. It may impact the overall financing strategy. So today, I'm giving real estate agents tips on how to maximize the appraisal. And if you happen to be a buyer watching this, these are things you want to know as well. But before we get started, please do me a favor, subscribe to this channel. We have a true passion for helping people make really great financial decisions and integrate their loan into the rest of their financial plan. So please subscribe and stay tuned. So let's get started. Coaching your sellers on preparing the home for the appraisal process is really key, and that's kind of where we start. So cleaning the house, organizing the house, making sure the dishes are out of the sink, there's no laundry on the floor, you get the idea. Get that house ready because appraisers are people too, right? They feel things, they see things. It really will be a subconscious difference in how that home is presented and perceived. In this very hot real estate market, it's so important to really give the appraiser any information that either the listing agent or selling agent know about the property. Most of the time, this information is going to come from the seller and the listing agent, but we're starting to see a lot of appraisal contingency waivers come through, so sellers may be less inclined to actually put together this information. From a lending perspective, I would really encourage all parties to work together to get this information to the appraisers because it's vital with regard to the actual and appraised value, and especially important for the buyer if they have waived the appraisal contingency and they're using financing. So here's what's helpful to an appraiser. Number one, making sure that you have the purchase contract with all the counter offers and the most recent addendum, if there is one, on top, because we want to be sure that the appraiser knows what the final price is. And we submit it to the appraiser, but it's never going to hurt to have that in the appraisal package just so that we're all on the same page. Because frankly, believe it or not, sometimes we don't get all counters or addendums. So we want a checks and balances system to make sure the appraiser knows what the final purchase price is. Number two, if there's a listing brochure available, awesome, perfect, put that in the appraisal packet as well. Number three, if there have been any upgrades or renovations or improvements, do a list of those things, what they are, when they were done, the estimated cost of the improvements. That will also be really helpful to the appraiser. Number four, square footage. If there was an appraisal done or maybe a measurement of the home prior to this, or if there's a discrepancy between what you believe the square footage is and what the assessor's office says, go ahead and address it and be able to provide that information to the appraiser because they're going to measure the property. And as we all know, there are many times when the county assessor has one set of square footage or plans, and in reality, the house is measuring in a different square footage. And number five, area information. This is key because this market is moving so fast, right? If you know that there is a comp, maybe it's pending, maybe it's set to close prior to the appraisal inspection or the appraisal being completed, it's okay to communicate with us, to communicate with the appraiser. Sometimes waiting an extra day or two to allow that pending comp to close so that it can be included in the appraisal will help a lot. This can be a game changer. We had a selling agent ask us a couple of weeks ago to wait 2 days so that we could include a new comp in the appraisal, and our appraisal came in just a little bit below purchase price. If we hadn't waited, we would have really had a huge appraisal gap to cover. So it's just something to be thoughtful of. If you see a comp that you're waiting on closing, please don't hesitate to let us know. Then sixth, lastly, meet the appraiser. I know that sometimes the perception is the appraisers don't want to meet agents, right? But if you are meeting the appraiser and you're putting together this package, please know it is hugely valuable information. And talking to the appraisers on the other side, I know sometimes they can be a little less than excited to see us because they've got a lot going on. But remember that you know the values in the area. You know the areas. You know what's pending. You know what's sold. And you have so much information in your head that will help that appraiser. So it really does make a difference. So let's face it, in this market, we're seeing appraisals come in a little bit lower than the purchase price. And in some cases, demand is up and things are appreciating quickly. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. Leave us a comment below. If you found value in today's video, please like and subscribe, and we will look forward to seeing you next time.